Okay, Beshem Hashem Naaseh V'Nasliach. Another lesson during the Limud Kolel Chasot, Kislev 5th. It's from Sefer that Harav Eliyahu Netaneli Shlita wrote, Cheshmek Nikbachti. So these are the lessons of Shichvazer Levatala, Shemirat Berit, how a person needs to safeguard himself, right? From Shichvazer Levatala, wasting seed and other averot. So in this Sefer goes on to explain, after the punishment of the time, the generation of the Noach, right? That the flood came and changed the whole world, and there was so much destruction. So then one of the questions that arises is, what are all these fossils, right? And that the scientists, right, come with all these, right, unimaginable numbers of the years that dinosaurs or the fossils, right, they all go back to. Sometimes they say millions of years. It's like crazy. How is that possible? We know, according to Torah Nagadusha, the creation happened, right, 5,785 years ago, right, as of today, which is December 6th of 2024. The actual date is Kislev 5th, 5 Tafshin Pei Hey. So, how is that possible? How the Torah Kedusha, right, it tells us that year, and then the scientists say other things, right? So one of the greatest Chachamim that lived around 140 years ago, Rabbi Meir Levush ben Rabbi Yechiel Michel, right, that he was known as Malbim. His Pirush is unbelievable. He has Pirush, Nevi'im, Ketubim. So speaks about this, and he explains that during the flood of Noach, all these acidic waters, boiling hot waters, came out of the center of the earth, and together with all sorts of chemicals, right, all sorts of acids and other things from the ground that makes chemical reactions, they all came up to the surface of the earth. And as we know, the flood took a long time until the water came down, and these water went into caves, and there were all sorts of animals that were killed there. So this water, together with acids and all sorts of chemicals, right, buried these animals, and influenced it went onto their bones. So after a while, after all this mixture, they made a roshem. They influenced the carbons and the carbons of each animal or the skin or everything that they tested. So when the scientists come tested, what they find, they think this is millions of years old, because imagine if you put some sort of chemical or acids onto something, it makes the it makes such an influence to the material that when you come to examine its age, it would mislead you, right? So Malbim explains all these scientists that they found all these fossils, right? They are not considering the consequences of acids and chemicals that influenced all these findings for years and years. So that's why they think they are millions of years old, because they're not considering all this. But we know, according to Torah, there was this Mabul. There was a Mabul of Noach. So that influenced. And recently, the scientists in United States of America, they came and they estimated that the world is only around 6,000 years old, very similar to our Tanakh Dusha. Now, Harav Amnon Ischak Shlita speaks about this, and he says, the scientists with all their experience and knowledge, and with all their machineries and computers, everything, when they come to estimate the age of the materials, how old they are mistaken. Why is that? So he explains like this, that when the astronauts went to the space, and unfortunately in the beginning, still today it's very dangerous. It's asur, is forbidden for a Jew to go to space, because a Jew cannot perform any mitzvot in the space. Right? The mitzvot are given only for us here, down here. And then these astronauts, they all died. Their thing collapsed, or it got exploded. So around a few years ago, there was this not astronaut, what is it that they go up with it? Shuttle or something, that they go up to the spaceship called Spaceship Columbia, right? That it got exploded and nothing was left from its remainings. So what happened? So it says Rabbi Amnon Ischak Shlita, how come all these tragedies happened? Right? There were so many scientists and engineers with all sorts of computers and machines, that they calculated everything, that everything should go well, and no tragedies should happen. They spent millions of dollars, NASA and all these places. So what happened over here? So from here we see even them, says Rabbi Amnon Ischak Shlita, they made mistakes. So it's a clear example that scientists also could make mistakes. So when they estimate the dinosaurs or the fossils and all these things, millions of years, they're making an obvious mistake. Or another understanding is, well, they don't consider the influence of acids.
When they went up to
No, the space shuttle, they made a mistake with certain calculation or the material. I don't remember exactly what happened to Columbia. Maybe it wasn't enough heat resistant. So unfortunately, it got exploded. Right? So they're making a mistake also with the fossils and how old is the earth. So to Atena Kedusha, that is from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and that you can prove it, that is from Hashem. There's so many proofs in Torah that Torah is given by Almighty Hashem, tells us the age of the world, and that is the only correct way. Now there is another understanding that what about all these dinosaurs and all these things? They say another explanation could be that Hashem created them in a way that they would be so old to make an opportunity for those who want to question creation and the age of the world, that there should be bechira, that there should be ways of choosing, that there would be always these people who would come to question Torah. Hashem wants to make equal opportunities for the people who want to question, to be able to question, and to those who want to go with emunah peshuta and believe Hashem the way it is, to believe Hashem the way it is. May Hashem help us that we all come to study Torah, to come to learn the emet and not learn other chokhmot that have no real, complete and truth to it. The only truth is the truth of Torah. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen. Amen.